Okay, so for spoilers, it is something I do, but I don't think I do it as much. And for the most part, like I'm not into a lot of things. Yeah, I do mostly if like I'd watched it before, and then I try not to. I read a book before, um, but like I don't mean to, and I just didn't know that you're also into that book, or you'd actually be willing to watch it, or in the middle of watching it. So I'm like, oh, you don't know about this, so I can spoil it all for you. But yeah. I try not to, but yeah. I should be like a spoiler above me all the time. Um, I don't mean to, it just happens. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then another thing I wrote down is yeah, I'm still at work. Mental health does usually affect that. And even when I was like hyper and everything, so you're like, oh, you're doing things faster, but then I was talking so much and mumbling to myself out loud so much, and I had so many ideas that it was just craziness all the time. So it doesn't compute. Words don't translate into numbers with your headset, so you have to go back, you have to walk back, and you have to tell it the numbers to call it off the locations that you threw. You're still labeling and throwing things, you're just not calling them off like you're supposed to, and that really slows you down. Um, and then other times you're just doing it slower, and then also just it's a mess because like it takes me just as long to call it off, say the right numbers and everything, to pick those locations most of the time. So yeah, and then it's not like oh you just like pick all of it and then you gotta go back through, walk through and call them off. No, every few minutes you're like oh wait I didn't call those off did I? Because randomly you'll try and call off a number and a location and it'll be like nope wrong location, so you have to go back. There's a mess. Okay, sorry, no, that was not it. But also, yeah, spoilers. I try not to. And then also, there was also, they were saying like, oh, sometimes like it's superpower for ADHD people. They know like spoilers and stuff. Um, they were just talking about how like they recognize patterns, so you just assume the ending and everything like that. I try and assume the opposite and everything, and I'm only usually right with some of the newer ones because they're like adding all these twists and turns to keep it interesting and everything. So they'll be like, oh, now the bad guy is actually a good guy, and the good guy is actually evil, and I'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought. I looked at it and I didn't like the good character. I didn't like them, so they're evil. And if it's not true, then I'm not gonna watch it, and I'm not gonna read the story if there's no twists or anything like that. And then I'll just like it's boring, it's lame, I'm not interested. And then I hate mysteries, especially, and I can't watch any mysteries or read any of them because they literally tell you the ending because they're like, oh, you have to find out how they died, and I was like, they died. So it's either the person telling this is the person the killer, or whoever they meet is the killer, and I don't care about either one. You told me the ending. Well, why do I have to learn about the beginning, middle, and end? I could just and then sometimes I'd even skip to the last book, or like in a series, and just read the last book because I'd be like, nope, not worth it. I just want to know the ending, and I'll just skip to the last chapter because I'm done. I'm done with the story. I'm not interested. There's nothing, no action, nothing's happening. Yeah, and so most of the time, and then also be like, most of the time it's just what I want to happen, and it's usually just the opposite of what's happening, and maybe like the real results. So for me, I don't think it's 100% accurate for me about me like guessing correctly about how it's gonna end. It's more of me just wishful thinking. I'll be like, I want that person to die because they're the main character, and most of the time in American movies, the main character just somehow survives, and I don't think they deserve to, and I don't want them to. So, and when it doesn't happen, I'll be like, nope, never watching this again. Yeah. And then the more twists and turns it has, the better you have a chance of me not guessing it and not being able to spoil it. But then if it's that exciting, then I'll probably spoil it for you because I will have watched it or read it before you did, and you're like, oh, I heard about this, or like, I'm reading this, and I'll be like, oh, so you know everything. So I can tell you and relate you about the story, and they'll be like, no, I just started it, just in the middle, I haven't finished it yet, I'm not there yet. I just want to read it, but now I'll never read it because I already know everything. And they'll get mad at me for that, and I'll be like, what, why? I was like, and also, like, knowing the ending, yeah, never mind. Knowing the ending, I'm ruining it. Yeah. And then couples, romance, yeah, no. I'm like, the two people are gonna get together, like, I don't see the point, it's all just cringy and everything, and I was like, nothing really happens, and like, you're like, really? Nothing's happening, there's no action, there's no real problem. They're like, oh, there's a problem. I was like, not really. I was like, these aren't real problems. These are, oh, you misunderstood each other slightly, and you just missed each other timing-wise, and you're like, really? That's it? That's the only issue? I just don't like it. Okay, that's everything, bye.